Family, what's up? Great morning. I'm feeling so good today. Super happy, super energized, super, grateful for a new day to experience and to be more present and to express and expand more knowledge. And I'm so excited about this news I'm about to get into right now, because it's something that's so relatable and so simple and so real, but we forget. And so I really just want to remind us really quickly about something we all know, but we need to be reminded of. And I had the chance to have a great conversation with an old friend last night. And, I quickly had to take notes when this came up, because it was just so imperative and it felt so, necessary to put it down and make sure that I speak on it. And what I'm going to talk about is really just the intellect and the intuition that exists in your body. And me and this friend had this conversation, and we were really getting into how society has socialized us into being disconnected from ourselves. There's this disconnect from our bodies because, in essence, Western civilization has demonized the body. We've made it a, adversary to our spirituality, because we feel like the flesh and the body has these pursuits that are, not in coincision or not compatible with our spiritual elevation and our spiritual relationship. When in reality, that's false. It's completely false, and it's not true. And in that, that's what has created, this psyche that's allowed us to be controlled and has allowed us to be under the jurisdiction of a corrupt government for so long. And, I could get deep into that, but that's not really the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to really just say that, you're right. You're right. And I mean that because how many times have we been in situations where we look at ourselves in hindsight and we say, man, I knew that. I knew that. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that person wasn't right for me. I knew, this person was going to end up being this way. And I've mentioned this in a video, and we can say that because we understand that energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. And we've kind of limited our body to this survival mechanism, right? We think that the body just tells us when we're hungry. The body tells us when we're sleepy. The body tells us, when we're in danger and we need to fly or fight. But the reality, the body tells us so much more than that. When you develop emotional intelligence, the body is teaching you how to thrive, right? The body doesn't teach you how to survive. Yes, for a season, yes, it does teach you how to survive, but it's way deeper than that. The body also teaches you how to thrive. And we can tap into that, but it requires us to build a different relationship with our body. We have to trust our bodies. And a lot of us have untrustworthy bodies. Why? Because we use it for egoic pursuits, right? We're having unconscious sex. We're having, we're putting it in dangerous situations. We're being neglectful. We're filling it up with toxic and processed foods. We're not really being fair to ourselves, and we're not getting the full benefit of our bodies because we don't feed it. It's not operating at its highest capacity. And that's really it. In essence, is what I'm trying to say, is the body is so intellectual. This is the greatest piece of technology in the world, and we can utilize it at such a bigger capacity, such a greater capacity. But one, it takes trust. A lot of us don't trust our bodies. We don't listen to our bodies. Our body's saying don't do this, and we do it anyway, right? Because the body knows. The body is in tune with energy. Feeling is the language of the universe. And so usually how you feel is right. That's the right thing. And we have to start trusting that. And we can't keep putting ourselves down and denying that. Because the more you deny it, the less trust you have with it. And you'll see the more situations you create that truly just aren't ideal, because your body was telling you beforehand that this isn't it, boss, but you said we gonna do it anyway. And so we have to have that mind body connectivity. And I think that starts first off by allowing ourselves to say, my body is my friend. It's not my enemy. It's not something that I have to constantly, put under so much pressure, psychological pressure and physical pressure, because it's working with me. It's working for me. It has my best interest. Because, why? Think about it. Why would God, an omnipotent, omnipresent, benevolent God, give you something that couldn't be utilized for your enhancement, for your transcendence, for your evolution? Why? Think about that, seriously. And a lot of Western religion, has taken on this narrative of sin, and they're preaching sin, and they're preaching, damnation, and the body's supposed to be. You can look through history how people have treated the body. You could look what they did to Jesus's body when they put it on the cross. You can look what they do to all of our prophets' bodies. And it just goes to show how the ego, the lower vibrational self, the unconscious being, crucifies the flesh. Jesus didn't get put on the cross because he absolutely had to. Jesus got put on the cross to show you that when you're unconscious, when you think you're doing the right thing, when you think you know the way, the truth, and you are the light, but when you're not that truly, all you do is put yourself on the cross. Jesus was symbolic of what we do to ourselves when we're not in tune with our own bodies. We crucify ourselves. We become, lambs, sacrificial lambs that, are destined for disaster. And we have to get this psychological block. We have to eradicate this psychological block, because it starts with the mind. Because the body's intelligent, right? They say your gut is your second mind, but the brain, that's what's going to govern. That's your government. So what are the thoughts? What are the ideologies? What are the ideas that are governing the way you maneuver? This is your civilization. This is the body. This is your cells. These are your citizens. This is your government. And so if your government is saying, yo, y'all evil, imagine, really put it in context. This is actually very easily applicable. What if our government was saying, yo, the The people of the United States of America are demons. Y'all need to be, you know what I mean, consistently and constantly oppressed and imprisoned and chastised, and y'all don't have any intellect on your own, and you're dependent on me, and without me you're nothing. False, right? False. Think about how little this organ is opposed to how huge this organ is. You know what I mean? Yes, the brain is important, but it is not the sole source of your intellect. Your mind has a role, but it's not the sole player. I would even say, man, a healthy body, an intellectual body. I mean, think about it. How many people have said, you ask, how'd you reach this level of success? How did you get to where you're at in your life? And they say, I followed my heart. I followed my heart. I listened to my heart. I allowed my body to lead my actions. Not when I'm being governed by an egoic mind. Because if you allow yourself to be governed by an egoic mind and you let your body lead your actions, then yeah, you're gonna be in a world of trouble. But if you've decalcified your consciousness, if you've dissolved your ego at least to a level where your mind and body have some type of alignment, then yeah, you can listen to your body. You can listen to your body when someone comes into a room and their energy feels off. Because your body understands, yes, that energy is not in alignment with my energy. Is that to say we demonize that person and we just make them this horrible, our enemy? No. We don't have enemies out here. We have unconscious people, we have conscious people. If you're conscious, your role is to create more conscious people. Spread the word. Spread your knowledge. That's another thing. Don't be a gatekeeper of some knowledge. This is not a competition of who has the most spirituality, who has the closest relationship with God. This is not that. We're dependent on one another. Ubuntu. I am because you are. I can't exist without you. You can't exist without me. So why would we be in this why we allow ourselves to move that way? We're doing a disservice to ourselves and everyone else in existence when we're trying to be, you know what I mean, the savior. When we're trying to be exclusive with this. This is for everybody, man. And this is truly the ultimate wealth, right? You have this priceless piece of material. Look at you. You got this priceless piece of matter. Priceless. There's not a car. There's not a house. There's not any amount of money that compares to this piece of material. This is high technology. This is, nothing compares. So trust it, utilize it, use it, enhance it, get a new operating system, right? Ain't that what Apple does every year? Why do you think Apple is top tier? It's because they continually enhance themselves, right? Remember the first computer? The first Apple computer? And look at it now. Because the hard drive changed, the government, right? The operating system changed. The utilization enhanced. And I'm really just trying to come at this at different angles so so we can grasp this concept that our body is our friend. We can trust our body. We can believe our body. Our body is not something we use to survive anymore. It's something we use to thrive. Because when you have the correct government, right? When you have the correct mindset, your body becomes a tool to lead you to your destiny, to keep you in your purpose. It's going to tell you, right? When opportunities present themselves, yeah, this is the one. Is it time? It ain't time yet. Wait. You'll feel that. You'll feel that. It'll never be a surprise or a question. You'll be able to evade disappointment and regrets because you'll know that the decision I made, my body affirmed and validated, and my mind affirmed and validated. And these things are aligned. So the way I maneuver and navigate is aligned with my purpose. And that's so real. And I'm so thankful, man. I'm so thankful for this knowledge. I'm so thankful for, this awareness. And I hope that if you tapped in, that it resonated, that it fits into where you're at and you can apply it to your life and thrive. Man, we not here for no reason. This life is so expansive and it's our oyster. We have the ability to experience this and become more aware of our true nature. And that's really all I got to say. Thank you so much for tapping in. My name is Prince Teflon. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Let me know what y'all want to hear next, because I'm so excited to keep getting out here and spreading this knowledge and spreading this love and light. And for those of y'all who are tapping in and subscribing, thank you so much. Everything counts. We on the way to the top. Believe me. Believe me. I can feel it. And so, thank you. Peace.